Let's go Yankees. Let's go Yankees. This is either going to be really good or really bad, the way I start the show. Welcome to the Funny Business Podcast, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great Friday. We are recording Monday, like usual, recording day. Tonight, Monday night, is Game 5 of the American League Divisional Series. Yankees at home. Could be pushed back to tomorrow. Some rain in the forecast. So let's try to find some faith for a Yankees win tonight, right, Mike?
I'm very hopeful as somebody who is a fellow podcaster and Yankee fan myself. You did it, not me. So
sure. I mean, I'll own up to it. I'm confident. Coming off a big win in Game 4. Garrett Cole threw 110 pitches in Game 4, Mike, and he walked into Aaron Boone's office today and said, if you want me to pitch, just let me know. He's like, use me if you need me.
That's totally badass.
Yeah, I mean, he's worth every penny. So playoff baseball is electric. It's Red October. The Phillies are back in the National League Championship Series. But Mike, there's other things to talk about. How are you? How are things? How is life? I was trying to give you time to take a sip of your apple cider, which you did not do, which he is now doing. Mike, how are you? How are things?
I noticed that I'm supporting my fight and Phils by bringing a red cup to this week's podcast, but I'm also supporting. I mean, I know it's not the right blue, but we're supporting the Yankees with a nice blue color for that. But no, man, it's good. 'Tis the season. We got baseball. Basketball starting up very shortly.
Yep.
The NFL, as much as I love paying attention to that sport, I am just so excited that there's just a little vibe going on lately. As Matt mentioned, I'm having some apple cider. I feel like we go in droves for the podcast. Like there's times where there's cool drinks to like cool us off in the summer, and then there's these nice drinks that are just so fitting for the holiday and the season. So it is. I was actually,
it goes great. No, actually, you continue your thought before I give mine.
Before we got on the show, I was texting Matt. I said, "Is there any type of alcohol that works well with apple cider?" And of course, me doing the Googles, I was Googling it, and I know my dear friend Matt has always screamed about apple cider and something else, but I decided to go sober today's podcast.
You know what goes great with apple cider?
What?
A brand new Taylor Swift album, which is coming out today, ladies and gentlemen. We're blessed. The Queen has done it again. She is back. Midnight has been released as of the release of this episode. Yeah. So after you finish listening to this episode, go over to Spotify, listen. It's going to be a banger. I don't even have to listen to it to know it's going to be a banger. It's Taylor Swift.
I was just going to ask you, I said, without any purview whatsoever about Midnight, what were you going to think about the album? But you already answered that question for me.
Yep. I don't know what to expect from the album. I don't know if it's going to be like Folklore Evermore, or if it's going to be like Lover or Reputation, or if she's going old school. It kind of sounds like might be like a little mix of everything, which I think is kind of cool. I'm kind of excited for it.
Or it could just be another diss track of another breakup that she's had.
Do you think, Matt, people are tired of hearing our Anchor ad?
Yeah, probably. But let's be honest, if it wasn't for Anchor, we would not be doing a podcast.
You're right, Matt. Once again, we have to thank Anchor for helping us continue to make each episode. Y'all know how it works. Anchor is free. It's easy to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, and distributes your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more.
And you all know that you can make money too, even with the first couple episodes that you start with.
So why haven't you started your own podcast yet? Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today, or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm.
So Mike, when do you think we'll stop talking about Anchor?
Oh man, Matt. You know what? To be completely honest, I think we'll be talking about this for a long time.
Listen, whatever fuels the fire.
I'm sure Matt is ready to stoke that fire, of course. But Matt, I know you, man. We're friends. We're bros. We're roommates for life.
Yep.
And I knew that this particular episode was going to be special. And I like waiting until like she gets on the link because no, I'm not just kidding. Taylor Swift is not joining us today.
I was like, what?
But we can celebrate Taylor Swift's new album by again certifying that Matt is a true Swiftie.
Yep.
Matt, we're gonna be playing another game today on the episode of the Funny Business Podcast.
I will defend my honor for eternity if that has to prove that I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
I hope you do, because this one's going to be an interesting one. So I remember many moons ago, I tested Matt on Finish the Lyric for Taylor Swift. But now, Matt, what I'm going to be quizzing you on today is who wrote it? Taylor Swift or a famous poet?
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. I like that.
So I'm going to be reading some lines, and you are going to have to tell me whether it is a Taylor Swift or a famous poem.
Okay. I mean, it's simple enough. I just gotta channel my inner Swiftie.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be fine. I did like a quick skim. We'll see how you do.
Okay.
The first set, shall I say, is this Taylor Swift or a famous poem? Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing. Is it Taylor Swift or a famous poem?
This is going to be a tough
Right?
quiz. I want to say Taylor Swift. Final answer.
You are incorrect.
Damn it.
It was Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven.
I think I had to read that in middle school. I don't think I did.
I think we read a little bit of Edgar Allan Poe, but I don't think we read The Raven.
He's a messed up dude.
Yeah. You could tell by his poetry.
Yeah.
All right.
His poetry.
Oh, dear God. Here we go. Moving on to the next one. There is happiness past the blood and bruise, past the curses and cries, beyond the terror in the nightfall, haunted by the look in my eyes that would have loved you for a lifetime. Is it Taylor Swift or a famous poem?
That has to be Taylor Swift. Final answer.
You are correct.
Yep.
Bonus points if you know the song.
Can you say the first line again?
Yep. There is happiness past the blood and bruise, past the curses and cries.
Oh, man, I had a song in my head when you were saying it, and then I said the answer, and I forgot what song it was. Bad Blood?
Nope, it's happiness. That's okay. Here you go. Next one.
Yep.
Taylor Swift or famous poem. Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany. Just one single glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you've seen.
Taylor Swift. Final answer.
You're correct.
Wildest Dreams?
I said it in the lyrics.
Did you?
I did.
I have no idea.
It's Epiphany by Taylor Swift.
Damn it.
Okay.
All right. I'll take it.
A mighty woman with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned. Lightning, her name. Mother of exiles from her beacon hand. Is it a famous poem or Taylor Swift?
That is a famous poem. Final answer.
You are correct. I don't even know if you're going to know the poem.
Don't make me guess the poems. Please.
It is Emma Lazarus, The New Colossus.
Who?
Emma Lazarus?
Who asked?
You. All right. Taylor Swift or famous poem. Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. You turned into the worst fears. And you're tossing out blame, drunk on this pain, crossing out the good years.
This is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tricky one. I'm gonna say Taylor Swift. Final answer.
You are correct.
Nice. I feel like this is from Reputation,
Okay.
an album or a song from Reputation. Look What You Made Me Do.
Nah, it's My Tears Ricochet.
Oh wow, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, here we go. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosened upon the world. Taylor Swift or famous poem?
Famous poem.
You are correct. I don't think you'll know. It's W.B. Yeats's Second Coming.
If you told me to name 2 poems right now, I couldn't name one. Not a one.
I don't know what made me think of this, but when we went on a religious retreat, I mean, Matt and I went on the same retreat back in college. It was called Search. There was this one individual Matt and I know very well. He is on TikTok, but I'll leave his anonymity to himself. Matt, if you have a pretty good idea, you bought the same speaker he had. Nice, large, loud.
Yep.
Okay. So when it was time for like lunch and dinner, like they asked somebody if they wanted to say grace, and he goes, "Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub, yay God."
Wow. Amen.
Amen.
Love it.
So I don't know what made me think of that as far as like poetry, but
Hey, that's a poem.
yeah, it's a poem. It's a prayer. But
It's a haiku.
Okay. It's haiku. All right, next one. Taylor Swift or famous poem? Long handwritten note deep in your pocket. Ooh, sorry. Let me start all over again. I feel like I'm distrusting everybody by reading it incorrectly. Long handwritten note deep in your pocket. Words. How little they mean when you're a little too late.
This is tough. Famous poem, final answer.
You're incorrect.
Damn it, I knew it.
It is Taylor Swift. It is sad, beautiful, tragic.
Damn it.
It's okay, man.
Yep. It's all right. I'll move on.
You're basically making a compliment that Taylor Swift is just a poet. Is that no? That is not
The best poet.
the best poet. Poest.
Yeah, poest.
The poest.
The poester.
The poester. Okay. So I'll watch your life in pictures like I used to watch you sleep. And I can feel you forget me like I used to feel you breathe. Taylor Swift or famous poem?
Famous poem. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Damn
It is
it.
Taylor Swift.
Damn it.
Last First Kiss.
Wow. I'm choking.
It's okay. You have 2 questions left.
Okay.
Two responses left, not 2 questions.
Yeah.
Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. Taylor Swift or famous poem?
Famous poem.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
It is Taylor Swift.
Why do I refuse to guess Taylor Swift? What is
I don't know.
wrong with me?
You're second guessing yourself.
I am. Damn it.
All Too Well by Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So just seen.
All right, last one, best one.
Yep.
And I wake in the night. I pace like a ghost. The room is on fire. Invisible smoke.
It's Taylor Swift.
Final answer?
Yep.
You are correct.
That is. August.
Oh. I'll give you another hint. Not another hint, but I'll give you another guess. There is an A in the name of the song.
American Dynasty.
No. One more
No.
time. One more try.
I don't know.
The Archer.
Oh yeah. Yep. Damn it.
So Matt, you scored better than 12% of all other quiz takers.
Okay.
So that's not bad.
That's not bad.
You did get a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It's not too bad. It's about time you start your folklore and Evermore era, though.
Yeah, I haven't listened to those a lot recently.
Mm-hmm.
Hand up. I'll admit that.
And it's okay. I mean, I think this was a nice challenge, considering, Swifty's coming out with another album. And maybe eventually I'll have to try to make a guess on lyrics and poems and so on and so forth. I wish I was able to write like a poet, but I don't even know it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this album, obviously. But just because I don't know how many more new albums we're gonna get.
How long do you think Taylor Swift has until she retires?
I don't know. It's a good. Well, do artists ever really fully retire?
Okay. Let me rephrase that. When do you think she's going to hit the downhill? Like, what
Never.
do you think? Never.
What kind of question is that?
I'm trying to ask real questions on this podcast, man. I'm being on the business side of funny business here.
So what's the question?
Matt is being really snitchy with me right now.
So what's the question?
The question is, when do you think Taylor Swift is going to start, I don't want to say declining in popularity?
Yeah, never. Well, like, when do I think she's going to stop making new music? Because I feel like that's all that's going to happen.
Okay.
Like, she's just going to stop making new music, and then she just won't be in the limelight that often. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know how old she is.
I think Mom did the math for me because she was trying to get me with Taylor Swift. Yeah, good try, Mom.
Yeah, well, my plan is still in place.
She's 32 years, Matt.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, this is like, I believe, her 10th album, if I read that correctly. So that's a lot. She's also still doing Taylor's version, which I think will take up some time. So I don't know. That's a good question. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about the day that Taylor Swift stops making new music.
I was looking at, because I went to a Motley Crue concert over the summer, and Nikki Sixx is 63 years old. Tommy Lee's 60. Vince Neil is 61. And let me tell you, they sounded like they did back when they first started.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, it's always cool, like, hearing like old bands like that just still sound awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, jeez, like it was an experience. My phone died that time, so I wasn't even able to record any of the music, as legal as that is. But anyway,
Yep.
Yeah, I just, it's tough to think, because that could happen. I mean, knock on wood, nothing really bad does happen, but like Justin Bieber having that whole thing where he only feels the right side of his face. And, we all know, like, tragedies, like people lose their voice or they lose their singing voice and they're trying to recover and all these things. And I never, ever hope for anything on that, no matter what artist it is. But you never know what comes up scenario wise for that.
Or if, she starts a family or anything like that. But I'm sorry, what was that laugh about?
I was just like, I'm thinking about it. Like, what?
That's rude.
You're being very aggressive today, Matt.
I'm not. Absolutely not. You just come at the queen. You best catch these hands.
It was funny because Jen and I were kind of talking about a few things over the weekend that were like kind of like past relationship type of things. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, let's just say Taylor Swift, like, you remove like the popularity from her, like just remove like the fandom, the stands of the world and all that. And like Taylor Swift goes out on a first date with a nobody, and it's like dinner. And like the date is like trying to figure out like Taylor Swift herself, like being like, oh, Taylor, like, what kind of past how are your past relationships? And it's kind of like, well, I've like written a song about like every one of them, but they're doing okay.
Yeah, no, first date with Taylor Swift would be interesting. Obviously I will have that at some point in my life, because you all know I will be divorcing Taylor Swift at some point in my life. Have I ever said this plan on the podcast? Oh yeah. No, great plan. So I'm going to marry Taylor Swift one day. Okay. April knows about this. She's fine.
She's committed.
Yeah, no, she's all in.
Sign the dotted line.
Yeah, signed, sealed, delivered. So I'm going to marry Taylor Swift for like 6 months to a year. And then we're going to get a divorce. I'm going to get like half of her stuff. And then me and April are set for life.
Oh my God.
Also, and okay, not even that. Let me take that back. She can keep the stuff. I get an album written about me.
I was just going to say, have a song written about you.
No, not a song. I want an album.
You want a whole album.
And then I'll just collect. I'll be famous, and I'll make money in other ways. And then me and April will set for life.
So if you had to think what Taylor Swift's album would be of you,
Like what would be called?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I didn't think of that one.
You didn't get that far yet?
No, I didn't get that far. Lucky.
On her side or your side?
Both.
Oh, that's where the fandom starts.
Yeah. Yep.
And how do you plan on meeting Taylor Swift?
I don't have all the details figured out quite yet, but the plan is in place. That's all that matters. Maybe we lock eyes at a concert. And she's like, wow, look at that guy.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Does she... you've never been to a T Swift performance, have you?
I have not.
You have not?
Nope.
She hasn't been on tour in a while either, correct?
No, I don't really think so. I think... I don't think she... Did she do a tour for Evermore and Folklore? I don't think so. I think Lover might have been her last tour.
Okay. Because, what is it? I'm always seeing on the TikTok of Harry Styles and like his like tours and like everybody, like the interactions that he's had with like audience members and all that. And everybody thinks that just because Harry Styles said something to them directly, they, you know, they're basically married by now, apparently. So
yeah, I mean, we will have an actual marriage. Wedding's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, it's on the coast of a mountain.
I would, as your best man, I'd probably be standing there being like, oh God, it has begun.
Yeah. April's gonna be the flower girl.
Oh dear God. Who's this? Oh, you know, somebody met at work.
Yeah, well, correct. Someone I met at work. You're not wrong.
My best man speech. Well, you know, Taylor, Matt's been like thinking about this all his life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know, you're just the very lucky one. Like, just keep subliminally, like just entering the word lucky.
Yeah, that's genius. We'll keep that up.
I am oh gosh, what's the word called? Not a caveat. I'm the confidant. Like, I'm the person who's setting this up for success or failure.
You'll get a stipend.
Maybe I'm gonna be one song. Like, it'll be called The Best Man.
Yeah, yeah. I like it. Oh man. Before we move on, my advice this week: just listen to the album. That's really all there is. There's nothing, no better advice I could give you than to listen to the brand new Taylor Swift album. I mean, I might not even use headphones at work. I might just blast it in the office. Just let everybody know what's going up.
I'm sure everybody knows that you have a Taylor Swift stan.
Yes. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. You know, my walk-up song on our work bios is I knew you were trouble when you or I knew you were trouble because of this sentence. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess I can say, listen, is it going to be on platforms everywhere? Or is it going to be certain
assume
platforms?
So.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going to go with yes. And you know what? You can't fact check me on that.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Let's move on to some segments here. We're going to do one. I feel like we haven't done this one in a long time. But it is time for Mike to do a little more work in the editing of the podcast this week. It is time for Dude, That's Crazy. And Mike, I will give my first one, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
All right. I have an animal fact.
Okay.
It's pretty crazy. Everyone loves a good animal fact.
Uh-huh.
Mike, flamingos.
Oh, those are beautiful birds.
Beautiful birds, yes. Did you know that a flamingo's head has to be upside down when it eats?
What?
So flamingos are known for standing in shallow water on one leg, but most people are unaware that due to the way in which they have developed, a flamingo has to use the bristles at the top of its beak to filter out the mud and water that gets sucked along when it with its actual food. It therefore has to eat with its head upside down, as otherwise it would be unable to filter its food properly.
Whoa. I mean, I knew about like standing on one leg type of deal and like, you know, all that support, but like eating upside down, like, I mean, yeah, dude, that is crazy, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, can I eat upside down? No, I can't eat upside down. It's
Yeah, could you imagine like we had to like the podcast like I can't even turn.
we're just gonna hang upside down one podcast.
Yeah,
Or actually,
well-
no, I could just flip all our videos to just be
Right.
upside down for this segment specifically, and then just flip it back up when we're ready. So that way we
Yep.
don't get any weird like redhead type of deal.
Right. Or like pass out from
Yeah.
the blood rushing to her head. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, flamingos are cool. I like flamingos.
There was I think a thing that people would do, like they would go flocking. Is that the correct terminology?
I believe so.
Like flocking a front yard. Yeah, flock a yard home. Yeah, a fun way to ruffle their feathers. And it's literally just putting plastic flamingos in front of their yard.
I mean, I would love to have a plastic flamingo in my yard. That's not an open invitation for someone to come into my house and put it on my yard. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is one day, if I ever have like a beach house or something like that, I would put a plastic flamingo in my yard.
Did I tell you that when we were down in the Outer Banks, there was the place that we were at? It was called the Flirty Flamingo.
That's a great name for a restaurant.
It was the place to stay, Matt.
Oh, that's even better.
Could have sworn I think there was a flamingo in like every part of the room, and I was like, fair enough.
Nothing better.
But no, that was interesting, Matt.
Thank you.
All right, time for my stupidity. Here I come. Matt, I've had a hard time trying to have conversations with people lately.
Really?
And this is there's a few things that happen at like 2 a.m. or like 1 a.m., like 3 a.m. Not for me personally, but like current events, news, and all that. So the question came up in my head, or shall I say I heard it and I thought about it for quite a bit, is when you stay up past midnight, do you have a late night or an early morning?
Well, damn. Dude, that is crazy. I'm going to say both.
Both.
I think that's technically the correct. Like, it is a late night,
Okay.
but once it does turn like 12:01, it is 12:01 a.m., which is
Right
in the morning. Yeah.
Your brain's in a pretzel, isn't it?
That
Right now.
is, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go with both. I think it's technically both.
Yeah, I personally will stay up past midnight on some nights. Not every night, but some nights. But then, like, I'm thinking like 3 a.m., like that's 3 a.m. in the morning. But then do you usually say like 12:30? Like some people will say 12:30 at night or like 12 or 1 o'clock. But I think people will start saying 1 o'clock in the morning.
So that's the weird thing, though. So you'll say like 1 a.m., but some
Right.
people then say like 1 in the afternoon. So like you can't say like 12 at night
Mm-hmm.
because technically the PM is in the afternoon, like 12 noon.
Right.
But like 12:30 a.m. is not the night, it's the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then, wait, here's even a secondary one. 12 o'clock is midnight.
Whoa.
I mean, I know that's probably in the English dictionary what it should be,
Yeah, that just threw me. I didn't think of that.
but I think
Shit.
having this conversation, oh, people of YouTube are going to hate us. Like
Yeah, that's me.
having this conversation, like it's midnight or 12 a.m.
But it's
But
not midnight because it's not the middle of the night.
But technically it is if we're looking at it from the whole 24-hour cycle. Because you said 12:30 p.m., 12:30 afternoon, and that's like 5 o'clock in the evening, and then you're at midnight. It's the middle of the night. Because technically the sun sets around like 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, depending on what time it is and wherever daylight savings time or push forward or whatever the hell you may be. I'm digging a rabbit hole. I know I am.
No, I think we just need to move on. We could
Okay,
talk
thank
about
you.
this for hours. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
got you. My last one makes you think a little bit.
Okay.
The gym is the only place where the customers work harder than the employees. Am I wrong?
Nope. Dude, that's crazy.
Mhm. Because technically, the employees. I mean, what do you really do if you work at a gym?
What if one of the employees is like an athletic trainer, like kind of like a gym trainer?
I still think the customers work a little harder.
Okay.
Just because like they'll show them what to do, but then the customer has to actually do it.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. If I may, not that I did ever worked in a gym before, but I've certainly seen some, I don't want to say public gyms, but I've seen a few gyms here and there. A couple jobs, front desk, like checking people in to the gym. So you're sitting around. Then there's the custodian work. So like there's people that are replacing towels, they're cleaning up messes, so on and so forth. And then there's obviously like lifeguards, which technically, no, you're right. I feel like that still could apply, that like the customers are still working harder. Like the lifeguard's just sitting there. And like, yeah, something could happen where the lifeguard exerts his energy into working. However, it's still the customer is doing that. Yeah. So, wow.
Yep. Some food for thought.
Oh, man. You know what they call a fancy gym?
James.
Yeah, God damn it. You knew that joke.
Yep.
I told you that probably.
You said it once or twice.
Once or twice a week. Oh, man. Be sure to tip your waitresses.
Yep.
Another one that I heard, but it's not my other one. It's if a person lost their legs, would they be able to do stand-up comedy? And I was like, yeah, keep that away.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid that one.
They just much rather prefer sitting down.
Yeah.
Matt, we have in the English dictionary. This is another English dictionary type of thing.
Boy.
I don't want to say English dictionary, but just English phrases, shall I say? So, Matt, you probably, I don't know, maybe like your second or third date with April, or like second, I don't know, your whole sequence. Like I knew you went on a date, but whatever. Did you feel any sense of feeling or emotion that, oh man, I am blank over blank?
Head over heels.
Yeah, head over heels.
Yeah.
That's a point for you, Matt. Thank you for guessing my words. So yeah, the phrase head over heels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we say that when our head is always above our heels?
Hold up. Yeah. That makes no sense. Dude, that's crazy. Should it be I'm heels over head because you're doing cartwheels?
Maybe. That sounds like a concussion waiting to happen.
Maybe does heels mean something other than your actual heel?
I don't know. Like
Carolina Tar Heels?
But like it's still a heel.
Like you're jumping for joy? I don't know. I don't know the multiple definitions of heel.
Head over heels. What does it mean to be head over heels?
Yeah,
it just says you were very much in love.
Okay.
Fell head over heels many times. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it makes no sense.
It doesn't.
Nope.
And then there's this band, Tears for Fears, that's saying head over heels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Teardrops my guitar.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I thought about that and I'm like, you're right. My head is always above my heels.
So are we always head over heels?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't admit it till we say it.
Right. Maybe it just means you're seeing things logically because you're head over heels.
What?
Yeah, right.
What?
I just put my own brain in a pretzel saying that.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I think
I don't know where that came from. That just came out of my mouth.
That's okay.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
You are. I'm impressed. I'm gonna stop because I don't want to go any deeper than what I did in my first one. So
okay, you know what? I think that's fair. That's a good business decision. Okay. So we will move on to our final segment of the day: a little buy or sell. And Mike, you can go first.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna buy fall activities.
Okay, I had a feeling we talked about this.
Let me tell you, man. This past weekend, Jenna and I, we went to a state park, saw a little disappointing fall foliage, I'll be honest.
Leaves not totally turned colors.
Not totally in the foliage stage, the peak.
I feel like by next week it's gonna be good.
Even though it was reported by the area in which we were going in had its peak. Maybe it was just where we were at, which is fine.
That's annoying though.
A little bit. However, apple cider, delicious. Jenna and I went to a corn maze that was in her area. Let me tell you, man, it was probably the first successful corn maze that we went to.
Really?
We went in, we came out. And we actually went through the entire corn maze.
Love that.
Now, here's the thing. I didn't put this as my sell, but I'm going to sell lack of management at corn mazes.
Oh, no. It's a hell of a sell.
But within, I think Jen and I have only participated in 2 corn mazes during our time of dating. I remember the first corn maze that said, oh, man, we don't have maps. So you're just going to have to, go around and try your best. You can't, we ran out of collections, yada, yada. Like there was this weird thing you had to like piece all the puzzles together, whatever. The current maze we went to this past weekend, we were just about to go in and they're like, do you have a map? And we're like, no, we don't have a map. And luckily enough, because it was on like a little trolley, somebody who finished the corn maze handed us the map. And let me tell you, after all the years of playing video games and navigating, I took that sucker and I ran with it. And we were just going. My friend.
So be honest.
Yeah.
When the person handed you the map, did they take a pen and draw out the line of the path?
No.
No?
No, it was empty.
Okay. Just making sure.
It was a not thought out, but it was a descriptive map. Like when there was like a compass at the very end of the, like it was a shape of a compass at the very end. There was a middle part that looked like the needle, like the north and south needle. Mm-hmm. And it was more into like a very thin trapezoid.
Okay.
I don't know the best way to explain it, but when you look to the left, you saw that shape. Like it was done very well. Like we had to go basically on the round shape of the compass. We just followed that corner all the time. Then we made it out. No problem. So, and it's getting to that time where pumpkin carving's coming out and trick or treating and candy and just all that good stuff. And I'm quite content with my experience with the corn maze and the fall foliage and the apple cider, but I know a lot of other people are super excited about dressing up and witches get snitches and all that stuff. So it was good.
Yeah, fall activities are fun. I'm not a big fall guy. Get it?
You do play Fall Guys.
I do. Yes, got a crown. No big deal. Not humble brag. But I've only ever done one corn maze in my life, I think.
Really?
Did it a few years ago. It was extremely difficult. It took us like probably close to an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a big corn maze.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was tough. We did like in groups. It was very difficult. It was fun though. I've only ever carved the pumpkin a few times in my life. Not my favorite. And I haven't gone apple picking in years.
Oh, dude. We went apple picking a couple weekends ago ourselves, so it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm also selling not selling. I'm also buying baked goods.
Mm.
Went to this little coffee shop. That's a chain coffee shop. They sell a little bit more than coffee and donuts, I should say. The primary color is orange. Matt, I had to buy some coffee, and I didn't have breakfast, so of course I had to pick up a little good. Blueberry muffin, man. My first time ever having a blueberry muffin at this place. And you know what the option was on the mobile order?
What?
Warm.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Baby.
A warm blueberry muffin. And you think to yourself, like, okay, it's going to be lukewarm by the time I get up and get settled in the office. No. It was warm and it tasted so good.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Oh, it was so good.
Nothing better than like a freshly baked cookie or like oven or muffin out of the oven. Nothing better.
Now, I will probably say they probably took the muffin and they ran it through a little conventional oven. But at the same time, it's the thought that counts. And I'm kind of happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dude, blueberry muffin at this place, warm. Like you can literally pick the option to like have it warm. So like anybody who does it, like next time, like you can do that. And I only have one sell for this. I'm just selling Mondays. Especially when you had a really nice weekend. You just had the opportunity. Jen and I did a lot this past weekend, and just coming into Monday at work, I'm like, oh, like I hate Mondays, man. Like case of the Mondays. Like it's just work dragged on today for sure. So I'm glad that the Monday was over and now we're just heading on forward. So
yeah, Mondays suck.
Ugh, they do.
Was this why we just need a universal 3-day weekend?
Yes, I did last week.
Honestly, I would rather work Tuesday through Friday, have off Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you can still play, like, you can recover from the weekend on Monday. Like, Monday is still technically, it'll be part of the weekend, but it's like the recovery day. Everybody just chills, sleeps in, watches some TV, go for a walk, go get brunch.
I think it'd be good for the economy, too.
Be good for the economy.
I am buying one more thing, public service announcement. They did studentaid.gov/debt relief. They finally released the form. All you need is your social security number, your address, the phone number, and an email.
If
it
you
looks
email
like
that
it's
to funnybusinessentertainment@gmail.com, we'll help you out.
Sure.
It's a joke. Please don't do that.
It looks like it is a scam. How simple the form is. Let me tell you. As long as it's studentaid.gov, that is the number one thing you need to keep in mind. As long as it's studentaid.gov, you're fine. Fill it out. If you receive Pell Grant, $20,000. If you didn't, $10,000. Get the $10,000 at least, and maybe if you have the opportunity for the Pell, it's $20K. Okay? Okay. That was a public service announcement.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a scam at first. Someone sent me the link in a group chat. I was like, hey guys, like this is out, like fill it out. I'm like, all right, this is a legit website. This seems way too easy. Like, I feel like that should have taken a little longer than what it did. I'm not mad about it because it was easy. So please fill it out if you have loans. And if you don't have loans, screw you. But yeah, fill it out. That's Mike's advice for today's podcast.
Yeah.
All right, my buy and sell. Sticking with fall, I'm going to buy college football.
Oh.
College football is just electric. If you don't watch college football, I feel bad for you. So this past weekend, Mike, I don't know if you saw.
I did.
Alabama, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Number 3 ranked Alabama, number 6 Tennessee. Tennessee beat Alabama in a wild game, 52-49. Students rushed the field. No big deal. That's what students do.
Yep.
Mike, do they always tear down the goalposts?
Never.
No. Well, they did in Knoxville.
They
They tore down the goalposts, and folks, that's not it. They took the goalposts out of the stadium. They were walking down the street with it. They went to the bar with it, and it ended up in the river. They threw it in the river.
Was it the Knoxville River?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Like I've seen like students tear down the goalpost before. That's cool. I've never seen a group of kids just walk out of the stadium with the goalpost.
All I can say is only in college football. But what I mean by that is only big college football teams like this that happen. So
maybe I'll experience it this weekend because I am going to my first Penn State game this weekend. Very excited. It's the whiteout game. So it's a hell of a game to go to for my first time. I have been to one college football game before. In senior year in college, we did a class trip at the University of Maryland. I saw Minnesota, Maryland.
You technically been to a football game before, a college football game.
Which one? Don't no.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop it.
But I saw Minnesota play Maryland, and this week I will see Minnesota play Penn State.
Nice.
So that's kind of weird. So I'm excited for that. I'm also buying love.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me no more. April and I celebrated our 1 year this past weekend. So yes, thank you. It was obviously weird, like not being together for it, but we watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on later that night. I loved it way more than the first one.
Yeah.
It was just funnier. It was more entertaining. Like I loved it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's been a year already. And here's to many more. Along with that, Mike, I'm going to sell flower deliveries.
Again?
You know, as the great Michael Scott once said, fool me once, strike one. But fool me twice, strike three. Yeah, it happened again.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So this past weekend, obviously, this past Saturday was our 1 year. And she had off on Sunday. So I was like, oh,
cute.
So I can't actually deliver her flowers. So I once again try to get flowers delivered. So I knew she was probably going to do. No, I don't want to call him out.
No, call him out.
No. No,
more than once.
Let me tell my story first. Let me tell it. All right. So I knew she was probably going to do something in the afternoon. So I was like, all right, I'm going to pay for them to be delivered between like 9 a.m. and noon.
Oh, did you do the extra charge?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's your second mistake.
Again.
You did that the first time.
20 twice, strike three.
Strike three.
So it's like 12:15.
Okay.
And I call her. I was like, hey, did you get a phone call about like flowers being delivered? She's like, no. So okay. At 12:15, I get an email saying the flowers are being prepared. So I was like, whatever, like just keep your phone on you. If you get a phone call, so they can at least like let the package come in. 3 o'clock, nothing. 4 o'clock, nothing. 6 o'clock at night, I get an email saying the flowers were delivered. So I text her. She was busy somewhere, but I was like, did you get a phone call? Because I just got an email saying they're delivered. She's like, I got nothing. She's like, let me call the front desk. So she called the front desk at her complex. They got nothing. They just didn't. I don't know who got the flowers. So I go on the website.
What's that website, Matt?
It is 1-800-Flowers.
Ah,
This is a reputable site. Like that's I thought I could trust them. Anyway, so I'm on their chat. I was like, hey, listen, this has happened, yada yada yada. So I ended up getting a refund.
Oh, good.
For the extra I paid for the delivery. And they said to make it up for you, if you want, we can schedule a redelivery at no charge. I was like, you know what? I'll try it one more time. They were supposed to be delivered today at 11. They got delivered at noon.
Oh.
We have the flowers.
Okay.
She still hasn't seen them because she was on her way to work. Her roommates went and picked them up. So thank you to Tori and Hannah. I appreciate you guys. I owe you guys. Yes, but never again. Never, ever again. I did not learn my lesson literally a year ago this weekend. And here we are. So, moral of the story: just buy flowers and deliver them in person. And if you are not able to do that, have someone buy them for you.
Or do your research. And this is what Jenna told me. Do your research. Find a local flower shop in that area and see if they do delivery.
That's my next step, which I don't know why I didn't think of that at first.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I just have no luck with flowers, apparently.
We all don't. Long distance sucks.
It's not easy, but it's worth it.
No. Yep. I loved when we had an event a couple weekends ago, and there is this vase of flowers, and I kid you not, man, this would, like, if I brought it in front of me, it would cover the entire screen, or it would cover my entire face. And I'm like, oh, I'll take that because I know. So I came home, and I'm still in the suit, and I'm like surprise. It's just like, where did you get that? It's like, I was just thinking about you. And like in that meantime, she knows for a fact I got it from the event that I was just at. So,
shouldn't have to be that hard to get your some flowers,
No, it's the most inexpensive thing, but it becomes the most expensive, and then it becomes a frickin', the hodgepodge of just disaster and sadness.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my buy and sell.
Okay. You're literally selling flowers.
Literally.
Well, we know who not to call, or we know who doesn't want to sponsor us for another episode, but
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. But yeah, that concludes another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Make sure you follow us all on our social media. You can find all of it at solo.to/funnybusiness. And, one thing I think for sure that I think will 100% guarantee satisfaction is our merch store. Instead of buying flowers at such an expensive rate, you can have some merchandise that is officially Funny Business merchandise at a decent price, but in a great quality standard. Matt has the sweatshirts. He has a mug. I have the long sleeve shirt, and my goodness, Jenna has a long sleeve shirt, and my goodness, it is fabulous.
I'll take it a step further. You looking for a Halloween costume this year? Dress up as you, me, and Mike.
Oh, it's like
just get some merch, throw on that Funny Business logo. Everybody's gonna go, oh, it's best costume of 2022.
I do have to say, someone has dressed up like me as once and has intimidated me at one point.
What are you dressing up for us Halloween this year?
A disappointed person who works in higher education.
Okay. So I have a big trick-or-treat event next week at work. I am going to be Dale or Brendan.
Oh, good Lord.
Hey, did you touch my drum set?
I should just come to that event and dress up as the opposite.
Yeah, no, that would be funny.
Show up.
So many activities.
Now that is TikTok content for your team.
Yeah.
That would have been fabulous. But
yep.
Yeah. So another conclusion. Another great episode. Another great time talking with the bestie for the restie. And until the next time, see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.